Yeah, Coach Kia. What up? Talking about that good money. What we talking about? We talking about philanthropy. Coach Kia Croom playing A, B, and a C. It's no fantasy. She can make it reality. Best in the field like a first string athlete. Fundraising and marketing, she get tactical. Tackle your issues with a playbook so your cash can grow. She can show you just what to do. Coach Kia Croom, when she touch down, it's a W. Coach Kia, put me in the game, coach. Coach Kia, put me in the game, coach. Coach Kia, put me in the game, coach. You an all-star, show me how the game go, 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 go.
Hello out there. Welcome to another segment of Winning Wednesdays, the fundraising and marketing playbook. You already know what it is. I am so excited about today, y'all. And as always, I've got an exciting guest that's got some deets for you that you're going to want to, plug into, tap into immediately. You can always count on your favorite fundraiser, Coach Kia, to bring it to you first. So before we get into today's episode and I bring on my guest, I want to send a shout out to Bonterra, my partner and sponsor. Bonterra is a social good software company dedicated to powering those who power social impact with best-in-class case management, corporate social responsibility, and fundraising and engagement solutions. It don't get no better than that, y'all. And of course, my company, Kia Croom Fundraising and Philanthropy, a Black woman-owned fundraising firm rooted in equity and inclusion. Why? Because inclusion is as inclusion does. That's what we do. That's who we are. So without further ado, I want to introduce to you Miss Nikki Bell, the co-founder of Fundraising Everywhere. Not only is she doing big things in the fundraising space, she's also a partial baldy like myself. And I love my baldies. I love a little edge. I love a good shaved side. You see it. Nikki Bell, you're on the mic. What's the play?
Hello. The play is the Individual Giving Conference North America.
Hey, talk about it.
So I just want to take you back a little bit about Fundraising Everywhere and who we are, because then that will make more sense. And I love that you kicked it off with the highlight of equity and inclusion, because that's exactly why we founded our organization in 2019, because we realized that a lot of the professional development spaces excluded a lot of people because they didn't have the time or the money to travel to spaces and places to access this. So the same people were progressing, the same voices were being heard, and we wanted to change that. So in 2019 in the UK, we started hosting virtual conferences and building this online community. And we've been bringing talented people together on our platform, getting out of the way and helping this connection happen. And it's grown and grown. And we have a community now of 11,000 people. And some of those people are based in North America, and I love it because they speak and they get up to attend our virtual conferences at like 3:00 in the morning. But that for me is not a good work-life balance. That's not what we want to recommend. So we thought, well, why don't we pull all of this amazing community together and host something specific for our North American friends? And that's what it is. And we've brought this, all of these people together. There's like 30 odd speakers on there with the sole focus of reaching the 97%, of fundraisers that don't have huge teams and huge budgets. And we want to democratize professional development by making sure that they have the tools that they need to do their job, but that they feel supported, confident, and just invigorated to do it, because it's bloody hard at the moment. And we just want to light a fire with these people and see amazing things happen.
No, this is incredible. And I love the fact that you talk about democratizing professional development. I've been in this fundraising space for 22 years, right? And I've worked in the organizations that were doing remarkable work, but didn't necessarily have the coinage to send me to the, premier conferences, right? I didn't necessarily even know about some of the resources that were out there, because like a lot of nonprofit leaders, but especially nonprofit leaders of color, I'm talking about those Black and brown fundraisers and nonprofit leaders that represent historically minoritized social groups, etc. You know, what happens, Nikki, and you see this, you probably hear about it a lot in your discussions, is we tend to be so proximate to the work, we tend to be so entrenched, we tend to get right down to business, and we're ultra entrenched in the programs that we don't necessarily have the luxury of coming up for air and, really dialing into some of these wonderful resources like Fundraising Everywhere. Sometimes we just don't necessarily know.
Yeah. 100%. And I've been there myself. So I started working in charities around 12 years ago. And so did my co-founder, Simon. He's been in the sector a lot longer than me. And we were actually part of the problem as well. We were sitting on boards of these large organizations, organizing these in-person conferences. And it's from being in that space and just seeing the repeated issues that had been made, we were like, actually, we want to change this. And in addition to pulling these conferences together, we do actively push these organizations to be better, to make what they do more accessible, for it to be more inclusive. From day one, we've paid all of our speakers, even when we didn't even know if it was going to be successful or not. And then when it was, we increased the pay. And we want other people to be the same. We don't want to be celebrated as this thing that's different and doing better. Like, we want that playing field leveled. And it's great what you're doing as well, with the virtual mediums and the conversations, because it's this kind of stuff that can make the great ideas reach the people that need it most. And I would love to see more of it happen. And what we've done to make sure that we reach those people is, we're working with the right speakers who specialize with like small shop organizations. We've partnered with Neon One as well on this conference, and they've been amazing at letting us know what amazing talent is there in North America to platform. And, we can do more. And this is very much the start of a journey for us. And I'm really excited to see where it goes.
No, I'm excited. And I would be remiss not to mention the fact that yours truly is a part of this event. Yes. I will be facilitating a session intended for folks that are working in the space of individual giving, specifically, that want to really grab the bull by the horns and look at how to really level up their careers. I'll be talking, as I often do, from my own lived experiences as a fundraiser of color, a Black female fundraiser, and some of the things that I did to establish executive presence and, develop my network, right? And to really kind of get out there, because oftentimes in this space, we're particularly, again, I work through the lens of equity and inclusion. And a lot of times we're socialized, not to really get out there and market ourselves and, to be more humble and operate in humility. Whereas it really, by my estimation, has nothing to do with humility. If you're not out and you're not in these networks, if you're not in this community with like the Fundraising Everywheres of America, and in community with people like you, myself, you're missing valiant opportunities to grow your network, to learn like that next best, next in class tactic or strategy that could really make the difference between the ultimately what kind of impact or what kind of visibility your organization has. So I'm thrilled, to be a part of this. Thank you for having me. And I've got something to say.
I'm really excited for your session. And there's another session that happens later on in the day from a fundraiser with a disability, and she's talking about her first year as an individual giving fundraiser and how how she's navigated that and how the structures within our sector do need to be changed. And I think it's wild. We have a lot of problems in the charity sector with staff recruitment and staff retention, and the diversity of talent that we have in there. And when we don't have those conversations at conferences and see the people and the change change that we want to see, then how's it going to happen? So that again is what I love about Fundraising Everywhere, because again, with the platform and the community, but we're very much getting out of the way to make sure that the people who have something to say have that platform. You know, they have that audience there, and we will platform them, support them, pay them, and then see the good stuff happen. Yeah, I'm excited to see your session, and thank you for saying yes to it as well. You were like one of the first that we approached and asked. So thank you for that trust as well.
No, thank you. So can we talk about what maybe some of the other sessions or some of the great people? There is a lot of really, really great people, you know, on the agenda, on the schedule.
Yes, I'm getting my spreadsheet up now, Kia, because
no worries at all.
And if I don't mention anybody, I'm sorry.
No, don't worry. And while you're at it, the dates, I know that my session is May the 19th, but I don't want to, I mean, is it 2 days?
It's May 18th, your session, Kia. So
my session is May 18th, but the entire event, what are the dates is what I'm getting at.
So we have May 18th, which is when it runs. So it's a 3-hour-long conference that goes from 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. Central Time. And we do have the alternative times on the website as well, which is fundraisingeverywhere.com/IG North America. We like to keep our conferences quite like snappy and short, because we know that people, it's a lot to take time out of work to do them. The sessions are like 20-minute presentations and 10-minute live Q&A, so that attendees can really network with the speakers and get their questions answered that are specific to their cause. And if people aren't free on May 18th, it's available to watch on demand afterwards as well for another 30 days. So do still get your ticket and do still come along, because again, accessibility for us goes beyond just like the tech features and paying people. It's about when and how people can engage with that content as well. Do you want me to go through and share some of the
do share.
Excellent. Okay, so if any IG North America speakers are watching this and I haven't mentioned you, I do still love you and I do still appreciate you. It's just he has a time limit on a podcast. Go over time. But we're kicking things off in room 1 with Cherry and Koshi, who I know some of your viewers will be familiar with, and he's kicking off the conversations around behavioral science. So really getting into the minds of our donors and what they're thinking and feeling now, because things have changed in the past few years and they are only going to change more. And it's just important that we're locking in with that way of thinking. We have some nice 7-minute lightning sessions in room 2 later on in the afternoon. So that's like 7 minutes straight to the point, and you're going to learn about purpose over profit, knowing your audience, how to nail your given pages so they convert, and how to use good video on a budget. So I'm really excited for those ones as well. We have Mallory Erickson talking about soft skills and cultivating donor relationships and making the ask. Because for me, it was important that if fundraisers knew like the tools and what they needed to do to fundraise from individuals, that's great. But if they haven't got the confidence to actually contact somebody and strike up a conversation, like what's the point? So we've got a nice session around that one as well. We have Arturo Rego from Canva as well, joining us all the way from the other side of the world. And he's actually going to be teaching us how to use Canva to change the world, which I'm pretty excited
I love Canva. I don't think a day goes by when I'm not using Canva.
Oh, I'd be lost without it. I mean, my design skills are to a point where I could probably ruin a Canva graphic. Like, that's how bad they are. I'll be watching his session and taking so many notes. So I'm excited for that one. And we actually have Visa coming on as well, like the card people, Visa. And they're going to be talking to us about how to provide exceptional payment processes on your given pages. So we've got like a lovely mix of like practical and applicable tools there. And we have some fantastic hosts. We have Tim Sarantonio from Neon One, Julia Campbell. We have Floyd Jones from Give Butter.
Love him.
So I saw him at AFP, and he got like a full row of exhibitors to leave their booth to be like, who is that's speaking? So I'm really excited to have him hosting. And we have Rhea Wong as well as one of our hosts, which I'm really excited about. So some great people, great humans, great talent, and that's just a snippet of it.
No, this is so cool. And you're right. What I like about this is I mean, I'm just going to be honest. Things are changing so quickly, especially with the advent of this AI stuff. I mean, you said, well, things have changed over the last year. Things have changed over the last week, even.
True.
I mean, it's so hard to keep abreast of all of these changes. And I'm a person that practices that. And, I'm jammed up every week, chomping at the bit. So I like the fact that people are able to get bites and chews, because adult ADHD is real. Lightning talks, bites and chews. I like the fact that there's, like this balance of, like when you talk about sharing and the whole behavioral science piece, but then you move into, like how to make an ask, because I don't know what your experience has been, but I know people that are fundraisers that are still fearful, or like, have angst when it comes to making an ask, right?
Yeah.
Or really working that muscle of, that relational fundraising, which again is a big part of some of what I'll be talking about in my session on, leveling up as an individual giving fundraiser, really working that muscle and practicing those relational skills. So it kind of sounds like there's something for everybody.
Yes, and it's important to note as well. I was going to come back to this actually at the end, but I was like, actually, I've read out too many session topics now. But Rakesh Lakhani is coming on and talking about community-centric fundraiser, and we have a session as well from Cyronica Lackey about navigating powerful funders, because there's also an important conversation that has to happen there around like the imbalances when it comes to raising money from individuals. And this is something that we do with all of our conferences and topics. Like, these conversations can't happen in silos. It all has to weave together. So we want to have that open discussion as well, and really inspire people to think about individual giving differently.
No, this is perfect. So how do folks in North America dial into, like beyond the conference, right? You've got this 11,000 member community. How do we plug in?
So everything's on fundraisingeverywhere.com, and you can subscribe to our newsletter for free. And every week we share a piece of advice, a resource, a report, just something that you can open and go, actually, this is going to make my work like a heck of a lot better. So even if you just come for that, please do, because it's a nice feeling of connection and support. But if you want to attend any of our conferences, it's all on fundraisingeverywhere.com. Obviously, this one is happening tomorrow when this goes out. So that's a really great one to get stuck into straight away. And if you do want to go a bit further and really, platform and prioritize your professional development, you can become a member. And that just means that all of the mental load is taken off your learning experience, because you're automatically registered for everything. You get on-demand access to everything forever, and you get access to our speakers, our partners for one-to-one coaching and peer-to-peer support.
No, this is a treasure trove, guys. This is a treasure trove. Good people out there watching this, whether you're watching live, you're watching the replay. I'm going to be, sharing information on my page, my LinkedIn, my platforms with regard to, how you can register, plug in, and I've been garnering some interest from folks that, like myself, that hadn't heard about it. And I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to my session, looking forward to the conference. I'm going to be at the Engage for Good conference. So I will likely have to watch the replay to catch some of the other fabulous speakers. But I'm excited. I've got something to say, and I really hope that it enriches and helps people to see ways that they can really, blaze their trajectory within this space and as an individual giving fundraiser. So thank you for having me, and thanks for coming on and chatting with me. I really, really appreciate that.
Thank you. The appreciation goes to you too. I'm really excited for your session. I love virtual, that you can be in two places at once. I think that's brilliant. And I mean, some things are changing, but some for the better. But yeah, your session's going to be absolutely mint. So I'm really excited for it, and looking forward to seeing you there.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And folks, you heard it first. You know what? I love that I can bring such cool people on here and such great information. It really, really brings me joy. And just like that, folks, we're out. See you next week.
Yeah, Coach Kia. What up? Talking about that good money. What we talking about? We talking about philanthropy. Coach Kia Croom playing A, B, and a C. It's no fantasy. She can make it reality. Best in the field like a first-string athlete. Fundraising and marketing, she can tactical. Tackle your issues with a playbook so your cash can grow. She can show you just what to do. Coach Kia Croom, when she touch down, it's a W. Coach Kia, put me in the game. Coach Kia, put me in the game. Coach Kia, put me in the game. Coach, you an all-star. Show me how the game go.